BMRforum.com and BMRodds.com. What is going on, boys? What is going on? Bobby FK back today with episode number 33 of The Lobby. As always, first and foremost, Mr. Donnie Rightside. Donnie, what's up? How you doing?
Feeling good. Week 2 coming up here in the NFL. My boys on tomorrow night on Thursday Night Football. Eagles versus the Vikings. A lot to get to here. And once we get to football season, it goes quick. But, boy, it is fun to talk about as well.
Yes, it is. And last but certainly not least, the man who looks like he got a new haircut, Sam's in charge. Sammy, what's up?
What's going on, Bobby? Actually, no haircut. I just shaved. So,
I knew something was different. Something was different.
Shaved, but that's the fun part with hair and facial hair. It'll grow right back. So in a couple weeks, it'll be back to normal. But that's the difference. Yeah, haircut may be on the way.
All right. Well, let's jump right into it, guys. I know we got some stuff to talk about. Let's jump right out onto the diamond. We'll start with you, Donnie. What do you got for us in baseball today?
Yeah, some good stuff in Major League Baseball coming down the back stretch. As we know, so many teams fighting for wild card positioning. The one team you want to focus on here is the Houston Astros. Lost 2 straight games to the Oakland Athletics. And you say, how could that happen? Well, as we like to say, that's baseball. But today, you know what I'm looking at? I do think the Houston Astros bounce back as they should and win the game. But over the past 2 nights, the Oakland offense has been pretty good here. I'll take a nice little price on Oakland's team total over 3.5 at a plus 110 price. They scored 4 runs at least here in this series against the Astros. I think they do it again tonight against Hunter Brown. Not saying they'll win. Maybe they shouldn't. Maybe it's a high-scoring game. Just give me 4 runs for Oakland. That's all I care about tonight.
All right. Good luck with that. Sammy, you got anything on the diamond today?
Nothing on the diamond for me. I got knocked out of the Twitter streak of
I was just going to ask how that's going.
I got knocked out yesterday, but I see Donnie. Donnie made it to day 3.
All right.
So, there's a bunch of entries in for today. Remember, all you got to do is pick 5 winners, 5 in a row. Everyone gets paid. It's not a split. Everyone gets paid. So no one made it to day 5 last week, but Donnie's on to day 3. Who do you got tonight, Donnie?
You know what? It's funny because I sent it in a little while ago, and let me just double check the Blue Jays money line tonight. That's why I went with tonight. So
all right, so Blue Jays.
So Donnie, Sammy, question for you on that. Your strategy, if you get to 4, are you hedging it all, or are you just letting it ride?
No, you let it ride. You let it ride, have some fun, see where it goes at this point. If you get the Friday, maybe it comes into your mind, but come on now. You get 5 in a row, take that $500 down and ride it out.
Yeah, I made it to day 5 once, and I did not hedge that day. I made it to day 5 only once, but didn't hedge.
Okay. All right. And guys, how was the first week of NFL for you guys? Start out with you, Donnie. How was it? What was your record? What do you have?
I'll tell you what's interesting. Like the week, I had a decent weekend in props, team props. Player props didn't work out in my favor. I thought Anthony Richardson was going to have a big day on the ground. Only finished with 40 yards, needed 45, but I actually thought he probably would get some more. Here's the interesting part. I used to run a service for a long time. In the first 2 weeks of the season, I never had any plays. I used to wait till week 3 because that's when I feel you get the best prognosis on these NFL teams. But I had an interesting one week 1. I went 3-4, but hit my 7, 6, and 5 as those 3 winners. So that helps. If I can just hang around for the first 2 weeks here, I'm going to have a pretty good run here all the way out to week 18. So I'm looking forward to it. 3-4, but hit the 3 big ones. I'll take it and I'll move on.
All right, Sammy, I'll jump into you in 1 second about your week number 1. Quick shout out from BMR Jeannie. Her pick today is going to be the Texas Rangers. So good luck, Jeannie, with that. And then her shout out is going to be for all our week number 1 winners in our NFL contest. Top 3 real quick, guys. MJ Clocks, number 1, Red, number 2, and Gambling Addict sitting there at number 3, tied with Daniel SP and Hunter _Carp, making up that 1, 2, 3 leaderboard. Sammy, where do you fall right now in that leaderboard?
I'm towards the bottom.
You are. I just looked. Unfortunately, 119, 7-7, 119.
That's right. Solid 119. Also, shout out to Red, who's in the 4th place for the college as well. So 2 weeks in, but he's sitting at 4th place. JDS sitting at 5, Leisure at number 1, and then Red Rock in there at number 1 for NFL. So he's doing good on both sides. But yeah, I had a horrible week 1. Like Donnie said, it's the hardest week. I think I went 1-6 making my picks. So not very good, but the Cowboys had a dominant 40-0 performance. They're going up against Zach Wilson this week. So a nice, easy 2-0, hopefully start to their season. So at least the Cowboys are doing well. I expect to make some money again this weekend, but definitely wasn't a great week 1.
You know what? The first few weeks are never, never. It's never easy, guys. It is a grind. It is not a get rich quick thing. It is a grind for the full weeks of NFL. So, Sammy, you touched on Zach Wilson. Let's jump right into that. The Jets and Wilson with Rodgers going down. Even though Rodgers went down, the Jets still rallied. They rallied behind their team and pushed through to a victory. Donnie, moving forward off of this, look, he's not going to be playing the rest of the season. So, what's your prediction for the Jets and Wilson moving forward?
Yeah, Jets won't make the playoffs, and I think they should keep with Zach Wilson because if they do make the playoffs, it's good because Zach Wilson actually played really well as a quarterback, and you can keep him on your roster. I use the term on my morning show, you're either going to get closure or clarity. What that means is if you just let Zach Wilson play and the Jets stink, you can just cut him immediately and not have any qualms about it. Away go into the future. Hopefully Aaron Rodgers comes back. If he doesn't, then you're going to be looking to the free agent market. But if he does play well, this might be a quarterback you can use in the future once Aaron Rodgers retires, because if he plays well enough to get to the playoffs, that's a serviceable NFL quarterback. Come on, Matt Ryan's coming back. Dude can't throw the football anymore. You're going to reach out to Tom Brady. He can't move. Jameis Winston is going to be your savior. Put it this way. The Jets aren't going to win the Super Bowl no matter what quarterback they pick up right now that's going to be available here. Just stick with Zach Wilson, see what you got. If it's great, fantastic. If not, cut bait. Next year you get Aaron back and you try it again.
Sammy, what's your take on it?
So what a sports moment, though. The Jets Stadium, sold out crowd on 9/11.
Rocking, man. It was
with the American flag. It was a jaw-dropping moment. I was sitting there like just shell-shocked. It felt like every year how I feel when the Cowboys get eliminated from the Super Bowl, or I'm sorry, from the playoffs. From the playoffs. And like Dez caught the ball, by the way. So yeah, I just felt for every Jets fan, and I knew how they felt just from that. As far as replacing him, here's a funny name out there. How about Trey Lance? That'd be funny to reach out to the Cowboys as a potential backup if Zach Wilson doesn't work out. But yeah, moving forward, I mean, Zach Wilson, I wouldn't really say that he won the game, more as Josh Allen had 3 interceptions and lost the game.
Right.
As well as the Jets defense is legit. So their defense, if you look up against the Cowboys this week, the over-under is 39 in that game. And the spread is 9.5. So they're expecting it to be a low-scoring game, with is actually following the trend last week where there was, 10-6 as far as over-unders overall, or was it 11-5? So there was
10-6, I believe.
Yeah, not a lot of points overall, a lot of rookie quarterbacks in there. Zach Wilson, they're not going to let him throw the ball. It's going to be a lot of dumb passes. He's going to have, 15 completions for 110 yards. He's going to be averaging 6, 7, 8 yards a throw. So, yeah, I mean, that offense is going to struggle, but they're going to rely on the defense. But, the Cowboys, in theory, shouldn't have any offense. Their defense, their D-line is going to feed on Zach Wilson. I'm excited for that game, just for the Cowboys D-line to open up on Zach Wilson. But, yeah, no, the Jets, unfortunately, are going to be a 5 or 6 win team at this point.
All right, Sammy, since we're talking about NFL, let's jump right into week number 2 with your guys' picks for the Run Your Pool contest. Remember, guys, if you've not already had an opportunity to do so, please go on and join our NFL Pick'em. Each and every week, you have a chance for first prize of $100 in Bitcoin, along with 500 BMR Bowler coins. At the end of the season, of course, we're giving away our big cash prize of $2,000 to first place, along with those valuable 10,000 Bowler coins. If you've not had an opportunity yet, definitely go on there and get it. And for some people who have joined the contest and are not BMO bowlers, make sure you become a bowler so you can cash in on those cash prizes. Real quickly, me taking a look at it. My top 2 selections, and I didn't even fill this one out yet, but just taking a look at what my top 2 are going to be, it's going to be Vegas over Buffalo, 8 plus 8.5 with Vegas at home. I think Vegas could take Buffalo, especially after, their performance last week. And then the Rams over at San Francisco. Again, the Rams started out well, winning at Seattle, plus 7.5. So those are my top 2 on there. Sammy, let's jump right to you, and let's get your breakdown of your 7.
Yeah. In reference to the 7 for me, I have Indy in there as the number 7 overall. Okay. I like how they performed on offense last week. Keep in mind, they were winning in the fourth quarter in that game, and they could have squeaked out a win. And then there was a late turnover that stopped their run to coming back. And then it was a 10-point game. And then Richardson went down at the 1-yard line on a potential comeback. But I think overall, the Texans are a team that we're going to be fading all year. I do overall like Richardson and think he has a bounce back game on the road. We'll see what happens there. In at number number 6, I have the Cowboys. Just like I mentioned, I think they're obviously going to take advantage of the Zach Wilson led offense lacking production, and their defense is just going to take advantage of that. I'm actually against you. I have the Bills. Bills are actually home this week to Vegas. I think their offense puts up some numbers. They come back from that really embarrassing week 1 loss on the road, and they have a bounce back game. And then my next pick, I like Baltimore plus 3.5 versus Cincinnati. Yeah. I do expect Cincinnati's offense to bounce back. Probably his worst game of his career. Ironically, Joe Burrow, after getting paid the highest contract of all time, has his worst game. But I think 3.5, I mean, you're getting the hook right there. Divisional hard set game that could easily be a field goal game. So you're getting 3.5. I think that's an easy one to take advantage of. And then I do have the Rams with you as well, plus 7.5 home to San Fran. And then I got Miami in there Sunday night, high-powered offense, minus 2.5 against New England.
Okay, thank you. Good luck with those, Sammy, by the way. Donnie, let's go over to you. What is your 7 in the NFL?
Yeah, subject to change, but right now, put it in here, so at least it'll be time stamped. I'm going to take the Baltimore Ravens. They're getting the 3.5 points against the Cincinnati Bengals. And look, we don't know about these NFL teams. Week 1 to week 2, they improve a lot, but we're not talking about Joe Burrow improving. We're worried about his calf injury, which probably flared up on him in his last game. He was absolutely atrocious. And what did the Cleveland Browns do? Heat up the pocket on him, blitz him close to 40% of the time, and it worked. Baltimore's going to bring that on defense. And as Sammy said, that hook is going to be big in this game. Hard-fought battle. I'll take the 3.5 points. I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs on the road. That mini bye built in, taking on Jacksonville. They are going to be angry at their performance on opening night. I look for them writing their season with a victory. Maybe an outside chance that Travis Kelce plays, but even if he doesn't, I'll lay the 2.5 points there. I'll go against both of you here. I'm going to take the San Francisco 49ers minus 7.5 against the Rams. I think they're going to be able to take care of business on the road. This is one of those teams that's launched up. Look, the Rams really overachieved for me on opening day and hammered Seattle. I think they come back down to earth a little bit. Now I'm going to take the Jets with the 9.5 points. Here's my thought process on this. So I think Dallas wins the game. I actually do think they win the football game. But if we take a look at that Giants game, they only gained 265 yards of offense where the Giants just beat themselves to death in that game. I think the Jets will probably have the game plan that keeps them in the ball game in the fourth quarter. I think they can hang around that number. I'll take the 9.5. Also going to take the Washington Commanders. Give me the 3.5. Another hook game in Denver. Wasn't impressed at all from what Denver was cooking last week against the Vegas Raiders. I think Washington can win, if not just keep it close. I'll take that. And then the New Orleans Saints. Doubleheader on Monday Night Football. I'll take the Saints laying the 2.5 on the road against Carolina, fading the rookie quarterback who was okay last week, only put up 10 points. New Orleans got a pretty good day, a decent offense here. I think they handle their business on the road in division there. That's where I'm going with midweek on my plays.
All right. Good luck with those, Donnie. And guys, if you not already have had an opportunity, make sure you join our poker contest as well. Donnie, I hope to see you in there this coming Saturday, guys, at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Feel free and send me a private message or post down in my thread below if you guys want to join. Make sure you join in and get your hands on some bowler coins each and every week for that. Sammy, how's that tennis thread looking? What's the record? What do you got for us in tennis?
Yeah, tennis was great. Had a big finish of the U.S. Open. Did finish plus 11 units. So I hit my goal over that 2 weeks, which was to win pretty well. So had a good week, or had a good 2-week run. Congrats to Djokovic and Coco Gauff winning her first major. But in reference to the record, let's see, 704, 565, plus 41 units. Got 2 games going tonight. You got Danielle Collins over Ostapenko, and then Sloane Stephens as well. I like her to make it to the quarterfinals. They're playing in San Diego this week, and then they're going to be doing the China Swing, and then the year-end tour is going to be in about 2 months, in the late October, early November.
All right. And I just want to give a quick shout out to JDS. JDS, thank you for going in and doing grading Carolina kids football contest. Again, with that one, guys, $500 NFL football contest up for grabs, selecting your 3 best against the spread bets each and every week for that. Must have a minimum of 1,000 posts to qualify for that. So, guys, go ahead and jump in on that if you had not already had an opportunity to do so. And thank you, JD, for taking the lead on that and grading that each and every week. Donnie, let's jump over to you on the college turf. How's your college weekend, and how are you looking in the contest?
Actually, I'm not in the college football, not my A game anymore at this point. So I'm not actually in the college football contest. But
Okay.
I do cheer on the Miami Hurricanes. Enjoyed thoroughly last week, them beating Texas A&M. Thought it was awesome to watch, Texas go into Alabama and beat them outright. So pretty good. This week is kind of calm here. No real big matchups here to deal with. But in the future, what are we going to have? Notre Dame, Ohio State. You're going to get, Colorado, who's the epicenter of everything now. They take on Colorado State this week. The next 2 weeks, Oregon and USC. So looking
Some
forward
great
to that. But
matchups.
no real action for me, so to speak. I'm more of a
Okay.
college football fan overall.
All right, Sammy, what about yourself?
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same board with Donnie. I'll definitely dabble on the games if I'm home. I did take Texas last week. Always love seeing Alabama lose. Plus, you had 7.5 there. That was another hook type game to look at. And then this week I am in the contest. But yeah, like Donnie said, a lot of big spreads. Georgia,
Yes.
27.5 at home.
Yeah.
South Carolina, I like 31.5 home to Alabama. Ohio State, 27.5. And, so far the top few teams are cruising with Michigan and Georgia. Texas now inside the top 5. Colorado's inside the top 20. But like Donnie said, 2 weeks from now, you're going to see the real matchups against Oregon and USC. Everyone's excited against that matchup against Caleb Williams. What's that going to be, an 80-point over-under? So two crazy high-powered offenses. So really excited for that matchup and see what the spread will be. And then, the sports books, I'm sure, Donnie, you see this too on Twitter when they post about it. There's been more action on Colorado than most NFL games.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's a real deal. How much action, how much square action, call it what you want. They covered the first 2 games. So as square as they might be, as public as they might be, as 80% of bets are coming in, sports books are going to make out eventually on this game because
you think it'll continue, Sammy?
Oh yeah. The trend will 100% continue. He's got all the social media following. He's got all the cameras on him. Everything he says is the right thing. His team is producing. His son is producing. It's just an awesome story. The stadium is filled up every week. The country's rallying around.
It's definitely a feel-good story for sure.
It's exciting. Yeah, everyone wants to see him, succeed.
Yes. Well, guys, make sure you follow us on Twitter at BMR Reviews on Instagram, as well. On Instagram, BMR _reviews. PM myself, BMR Genie, with proof of your screenshot to get some extra bowler coins for that. And you guys have a great week number 2 in the NFL. Best of luck, and we will see you guys on the forum.
Let's do it.
See ya.